The ability to profit from cash campaigns is extremely low, but in today's video, I'm going to show you how I collected $101,000 cash collected in the last 3 weeks, leveraging this exact sequence for you to capitalize on the exact same structure to make similar amounts of money, right? With extremely low ad spend or completely organically. This is a structure that a lot of people within the info product market, consulting market, coaching market run for them to create an edge, leverage a certain product, a certain launch, a product launch, and then capitalize on either the webinar or free asset to gain huge amount of calls within a single week, right? So I made 101K cash collected in the last 3 weeks. Let me refresh this quickly so you can see this entire screen here. Then the second thing, another payment processor, and then I collected a different amount from crypto, as you can see here. And I will show you the exact process of how cash campaigns should be run for you to be able to have the ability to profit 50K in under 7 days, even without an audience. That is why this project, this entire process is so extremely valuable. As you can see, in the last couple of weeks, 175 calls booked from the 15th of October to the 10th of November, leveraging the structure, 133 completed events, and around 90 to 100 are sales calls, right? Obviously, we only want qualified people. We want dream clients. We want to leverage the ability to have the right marketing message, right? Have the right market approach to attract the right people. I don't attract people that are broke. If you're watching right now, you don't have money, you can better click off the video, because the entire purpose of me creating very niched content is to attract the best person. It's to attract the best people. I want high value clients. I have the best clients. I have the best client results. You can check it here. And the reason why is because these people pay in full. People are not annoying. People want to work with me because they believe in the solution that I have to provide, because my marketing message is so extremely niche based on the content that I create. Free value asset, a webinar, a product launch. That is the exact metric that a lot of people within this market leverage. You know, Russell Brunson leverages. You have other smaller people that leverage it within the market. So what is defined as a product launch? The product launch is defined as leveraging a value asset, right? A value asset towards the market, while in the first week, marketing it the right way for you to ultimately create an edge with that asset, so a lot of people engage, a lot of people reach out to you. You put a setter on it, a setter reaches out to a lot of people for you to close insane amount of deals. This is exactly what one of my clients, Oscar, did a week ago. 5,000 spent on ads. He booked 104 calls in under an hour after the webinar was done, right? I'll walk you through all the metrics in the entire sequence in a bit. Deal, let's catch up. Like next week, I catched up with him here in Dubai. This was 3 days ago. Oscar, I already had a testimony with Oscar. I scaled him from $0 to $35,000 in cash collected within a time span of 90 days. Now he's making $100,000 a month. He started working with me 9 months ago, and he started from complete scratch, and he's making $100,000 in cash right now. We don't talk about rev, okay? $43K in a single week, and I'm not done. Still more calls in the pipeline. 4K spent on ads. This is ridiculous, right? 104 calls in 24 hours, plus follow-up calls that will be leveraged within this entire sequence. So let me walk you through the sequence of what is potentially doable and what a result was that Oscar has generated. You can leverage a cash campaign, by the way, guys. You can do it in 2 ways. Listen, I want you to listen right now, because you can do it in 2 ways. You have an organic sequence or you have an ad sequence. An ad sequence means you spend money to collect opt-ins for that specific webinar, the product launch that we're going to do, and then you get a certain amount of people, we go through metrics, right? The second thing is, whenever you already have an audience, you don't even need to spend money on ads for you to capitalize on giving the market a free value asset. 43K cash, 4K in ad spend. This is an insane return, right? Current audience size, what we just talked about, or ads to opt-in collecting. So preparation, what did I do? I did a small product launch, as you can see here. I launched a 10-hour full course. I give all the value away for free. So you don't have to worry about that. In every single video, I give all the value away for free, because the moment people believe in my solution is the moment they know I can help them solve their problems for free. That's exactly how the market works, and that's why that's so extremely beneficial, right? Full coaching course, 10 plus hours. I made an entire story sequence right here for me to get an insane amount of DMs. So I'm going to show you what the psychology is behind this story sequence, which is extremely beneficial. DM me course and I'll send it over, right? People send it, then you can see here prior. Okay, that's something else. New head of operations. Over 150 DMs in the last hour. I'm destroying the market. And this is actually true. I got 150 DMs in one single hour. There's a huge need for value. DM me course to take advantage. A lot of people DM me course. Insane amounts of people DM me course. By the way, I want to show you one thing. Yesterday, I posted a story sequence. Story, I'm going to show you how Carlos went from $3,500 a month as a marketer working for a Spanish company only 6 months ago to now, last October, collecting $187,000. One of my clients scaled from 3.5K a month to collecting over 187K in cash. This is ridiculous. You can check the testimonial soon. I have a call with him later today. So probably the moment you watch this video is the moment the testimonials online on my second channel. But the story sequence, back to this entire process, very, very fucking important. So the moment we leverage this is DM, course, asset, send, cool. This is a lot of social proof. The moment people want something and the moment people see other people want something is the moment you want it, right? Course, 15K cash, okay, testimonial here specifically. We leverage this asset, let me see here. It's credibility. We want to gain more trust and credibility within the market. So how does this sequence work? How do we set up a product launch for us to profit anywhere between $25,000 to $200,000 within a single week? Because there is a strategy for this, right? So we have 3 different phases. We have the marketing launch. So the marketing launch is where we make the announcement and we push the marketing towards the audience to be able to create attention, right? Towards people for us to capitalize on making this launch as big as possible. We have the most insane amount of reach and traffic. Then the next phase is capitalize on the market. We gain from what we have been able to create. Only calls. And we capitalize on revisits. We make sure that we have a sequence in place for us to capitalize on all the follow-up sequences and all the people that didn't buy at that specific spot, or all the people that saw that opted in, all the people that saw the webinar, all the people that booked in but canceled, all the people that booked in but rescheduled, every single one, right? So market launch, how do we create this? There is an entire psychological path in which way people buy. Problem recognition, right? Every single time you are interested in someone, you follow that person because there's a potential that that person can solve your problem, right? So how do we capitalize on that? How do we solve this, right? It's touching on people's pain points. The moment we touch on people's pain points is the moment people start listening to us. So when that is done within a certain story sequence, informational research, people want to know what your brand is about, what your content is about. What people are always like, okay, Nick, interesting guy, but what does he actually do? Let me research his Instagram. Let me research his YouTube. Let me research his other YouTube channel with the testimonials. I want to see everything, right? Information. So we bring the awareness and we give them an opportunity to explore what we do, our brand, our content assets, our value, our social proof, everything. So the moment there's a significant, a small amount of trust gained, people need to feel related. I'm not going to sell to 60, 70-year-olds because they don't relate with my situation, right? Most of my clients are between 20 and 30, right? I attract very, very high-value clients that I'm looking for because I'm very dialed in towards what I expect from my ICP. So I market to them. It's very niched, right? And the reason why is because I want the best clients. We collected 100K in the last 3 weeks working with the best fucking clients. Working with the best clients. I fucking love what I do because I work with the best clients. I'm happy with them. They get insane results. We're all happy. We build an ecosystem that is alive, lasting. And that's the only thing that I care about, right? So relatability. Why do you think I share this type of content? Because people can relate with my situation, right? At the same time, how do I build that credibility? People buy, and this was a very interesting metric that I gathered. I was in a client retreat with 7 of my clients in Dubai, and they said, Nick, make vlogs. Nick, make fucking vlogs. I really love these vlogs. And I said to them, we sat down and I said to them, I said to them, guys, would you guys have paid me money if the Miro videos that you see on my YouTube wouldn't have been there? Guess what they said? It was silent for 10 seconds and they all said no. So the converting mechanism, the thing that makes me money is videos like this. It's providing insane amounts of value for you guys to be able to have the ability to do everything yourself. Right? And even 99% of people don't do it themselves, which makes complete sense. Like I wouldn't do it myself because it's ultimately more complicated to put every single thing in action. People need accountability. People need communication. People need trust. People need credibility to be able to make a purchase, right? And at the same time, whenever they make that purchase, they get that accountability and trust and communication. They need information. They need implementation. They need action. The reason why people pay other people is to be able to optimize for the ability of saving time. That's the only fucking reason. Because you can probably do it yourself. It just takes fucking years, right? So that is very, very important to understand. Relatability, right? The difference between people feeling related towards these videos and these types of videos. Here, this one, this one, this one. And then credibility, trust. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. All these videos here, okay? An angle, an edge, evaluation of alternatives, right? So it's like competitors. Listen, I'm not the only one in the market that provides insane amount of solutions. At least I do believe so because I think my solution is the best. But how do I make you convinced that my solution is the best? Because listen, I absolutely know and believe that my product is the best. I do believe that nobody in comparison to the amount of clients they have better client results than I have. Nobody, literally. But how do I make sure that I bring that towards the market, that I understand of how I need to bring my value to the market for other people to experience the exact same? Because nobody the fuck would pay me if I believe that I have the best product, but other people don't believe it. It's about the market. It's about understanding your ICP. It's about understanding other people. It's not about yourself, right? And that is the moment you start to make sales. And then ultimately, when credibility and trust, when they have separated you from the rest, they think that you are the best. When trust and credibility, relatability, information, social proof, and pain points are being touched on, is the moment you can do an announcement. Is the moment you can do an announcement in a CDA for them to be able to pull the lever and create that mental trigger for them to take action. Like, we need action. They reach out, they opt in, they close. There's mental triggers everywhere within the sales funnel, right? Everywhere. And then day 7, we launch it. We say, cool, boom, webinar, launch. Half of the people are showing up. And there they take a potential action because all the trust and credibility is built here. Okay? Very important. So that is how the marketing sequence works. Okay, you're going to prepare for something like this. Then you do the launch, you build the launch, you have a very specific VSL, or a VSL, a webinar that you created, live webinar. You structure the live webinar in a way where you provide such insane amounts of value, and then ultimately you do a CDA at the end. Trust me, you book an insane amount of calls because the only thing that people want is getting as much value as possible and then getting a solution of how they could implement that solution to be able to solve their problem. This is exactly what we did with Oscar. Oscar got, these are the numbers of Oscar, times 10. So as you can see here, let's say, right, 100 opt-ins, 5 per lead. Cool, $500 on ads. 50 people show up, which was the exact same with Oscar, but times 10. With Oscar, 250 people showed up. So 50 show-ups here, but then ultimately 50%. So this is 50% of 100, right? 20 calls, 40% booking rate out of the 50, 18 show up. But it's an insane amount of show up rate. The more time there is in terms of a prospect having a mental trigger towards booking in a call, in terms of actually getting on the call, is one of the most valuable things that will determine the show up rate. If you want to increase your show up rate, block your calendar off for 48 hours. They can only book in between now and 48 hours, not in 5 days. Fuck that. Nobody wants that. People have different ideas. People get different information. People, they forget you, obviously. So decrease the time spent in which they get that mental trigger to take a certain action. Book it. Boom. You're interested? Book in the call. You're on a call? We're going to get on a call tomorrow, if not today. Boom. They book on a call today? You want a follow-up call? Fuck no, we don't do follow-up calls. Close today. The moment people want something is the moment they want it at that moment. It does not mean they're not interested anymore in 5 days, right? Obviously they could, right? But you have to understand that people are busy and you look at your own content around 10 to 20 times more in detail than other people do. You know what people do on my stories or on my YouTube videos? They do this. They click on the video and they go to the next one. They click on the video. Only a small percentage, only 1% actually looks the entire video. Which is extremely important to understand, guys, right? Because as an entrepreneur, you always get caught into the process of thinking that people look at your content and your value and everything like you do. But that's completely bullshit. Most people, 90% of people that see your Instagram stories just skip through them. Everybody, right? 18 show ups, 5 closes, 3K offer. That's 15K rev. But the cash collected, normally it's like 66% of that. So let's say the cash, right, is 10K. So you get another 5K next month. 500 ads, 9.5K profit. With 500 spend on ads. Oscar collected 43K. I spoke to him yesterday, or sorry, 3 days ago here in Dubai. He collected 75K. Right? Spent 5K on ads, and he still has follow-ups to do for the entire week. So he's going to collect 100K from 5K spent, which is a 20x ROAS on ads, which is ridiculous. Okay? That is what the sequence looks like here. So the moment we can capitalize on the market is the moment we can start to receive the rewards from what we have created from the marketing launch, right? Day one, calls. He had calls and calls and calls, literally. He texted me, he said, Nick, we can meet next week because I have calls. He had 8 calls a day for 7 days straight. You take calls, close deals. You make, this is the week where you make 50K cash, right? And exactly what we did last week. I had, last Friday, so around 5 days ago, I had over 12 sales calls in a single day. We made a 30K day, which was absolutely crazy. Phase 3, capitalize on revisits, right? We want to capitalize. We have a team meeting on the day 15, and we say, okay, guys, boom. We're going to get an appointment setting dialer on Go level that calls all the opt-ins, all the 500 leads that we've gathered. Boom, call, booking calls. Normally it's 8 calls, 7 calls, 6 calls, 4 calls. So you get an extra 20%, right? I have calculated my business revenue increased by 13.5% on a yearly basis by just doing follow-ups. So I make, probably this year we've done around 1.5 mil in rev, around that, right? Maybe 1.3 to 1.5, which is ridiculous, right? Sorry, in cash. 13% is literally from follow-ups. So why the fuck when you do follow-ups? You do follow-ups, you get a lot more calls in, a lot more cash in, and then you can fulfill. And the next month you can do another product launch. Russell Brunson is doing a product launch every single week. That is how he collects insane amounts of money. And the only belief that is limited within your mind at this specific point is you not believing that you can actually capitalize on that and that the results will actually look like this, right? Trust me, it does. I did this small product launch. It's not even a product launch. It's just like a free value asset, right? And I got this insane amount of DMs, insane amount of calls, insane amount of trust. I have had people ask refund from other programs to join me because they say, Nick launched a fucking 10-hour course. Holy shit, who's doing this in the market, right? So this is the ability of how you can profit, guys. This is how you can become extremely, extremely wealthy and rich while leveraging either your audience or an opt-in. And the most beautiful part about this, the clients are still highly qualified because they normally already follow you for a certain amount of time, right? And if you run it with ads like Oscar did, it's just a direct ads funnel, but it's a direct ads funnel that you leverage within a week instead of a normal VSL outdated ads funnel leveraging direct ads, which everybody is running nowadays, which is not working that effective anymore. Do a product launch 4 times. Look at Iman, digital renaissance, product launch. Educate, product launch. Iman makes 4 mil in a couple weeks from these product launches. He doesn't make money from his course anymore from Agency Navigator on an average day. He just collects like a couple, maybe multiple 5 figures a day on average from his normal course. But the real fucking money, the 20 mil that he makes a year or 30 mil that he makes a year, around 50 to 70% is from product launches, guys. Product launches, an announcement being created to be able to convert prospects within a very short time span. Okay? Whenever you want my help, as you guys know, I built my first agency up to $107,000 in cash collected within a time span of under 7 months. I built my consulting company up to 105K cash within under 3 months, 12 weeks. Yes, correct. That's exactly what I did. This is going to be a record month. We're going to hit close to $170,000 in cash collected in November, which is ridiculous, right? In cash. I'm 21 years old. As you can see, we have the most beautiful view on the palm here. I live in the most insane apartment. I'm very happy and proud of what's happened in the last 2 years. But guys, know that a lot can change, guys. A lot can change, right? You want to make niche-specific content. Trust me, you'll love your journey way more when you work with clients that like to work with you and you like to work with these clients. Extremely fucking important. Reach out, book an account in the description right now on YouTube. We got to have a talk because You probably have too many struggles. If you're struggling below 10K, you want to scale to $50,000 to $100,000 a month with your consulting, right? With your high ticket offer, let's fucking run it. We'll run it. We'll have a chat. I'll see how I can help you. I've helped a lot of people. You can check my entire testimonial page here with all people that have been able to succeed within this entire market. I'm posting a testimonial every 2 weeks. I'm going to post one tomorrow. I'm going to post one next week. Gotta do at least 4 this November. So if you have any questions specifically, you can reach out to my Instagram. I help you build offers, acquisition, conversion, team systems, and fulfillment. One of the most 6 important pillars to be able to build a foundational structure and profit. There is so much opportunity, right? We want to be able to make sure that we build a sustainable business, not only a business in general. The reason why people go like this, ups and downs, and they go down and up, and they make 100K a month, and then they make 2K a month, and then they make here like 50K, and then they drop back to making here 1K, and then they drop back to 0 a month, is exactly because they don't have the right foundations in place. The moment you have systems, the moment you have a team, the moment you have offers, the moment you have acquisition running, and you give all these components 100% attention at the same time, you can't lose. But you don't have that fucking time in a day. You don't have that time in a day. So you need to hire the right people and put the right people, build a proper growth team, put the right people here in place for you to make sure that all these components get attention at the same time. When you are focusing on building the systems, who is going to do the fulfillment? Who is going to do that? You don't know. Who is going to do the acquisition? You don't know. Who's going to build and refine and ask and validate the offer? Nobody, right? So build a system, hire the right people for that, build a team that can capitalize on giving these chains attention every single day. And then ultimately you can focus on one of the pillars, either fulfillment, either acquisition, so you can fucking scale. That's exactly what we need. I appreciate your time. I'll speak to you next video.